Hello, and welcome back. I'm Seren the Healer, and this is the October 3rd through the 9th weekly horoscope reading. Oh, this one looks really dope. It says Moonlight Enchantment Magic. Number 25, and it's got a wolf howling at the full moon. So maybe something's gonna happen this week that's linked to the full moon. Although we have a new moon this week on the 6th, I believe. All right, so let's pull the message. So what I'm seeing is a message about potential. It's about I'm seeing like a dark side and a light side. The dark side is somebody ruminating over like a lost opportunity, a missed opportunity, an unfulfilled potential, feeling like they should be somewhere that they're not, and looking at all the reasons why. With us being in Mercury retrograde, that makes a lot of sense. And a lot of people are looking back, they're looking, rethinking, rehashing, remembering things that they've experienced and that they've done in the recent past or not so recent past. And this message, it's actually like I feel like mixing up my words already. But it's see this doorway image in this car. It's like there is a touchstone or a milestone or a save point, a checkpoint that is a gateway or a doorway to actually taking the other option that you didn't take, or maybe reassessing something that you didn't consider an option before and now it's available to you, or maybe it was available to you the whole time and you're just not realizing it, and how it affected your physical living situation and where you are in life, your career or your connections, your career path, where you are on all of that. It's like maybe realizing that the path that you took, you only took it because for some reason you felt that the path you wanted to take, you felt that you should have the ability or the skill or the I don't know, talent for some reason you felt like it wasn't available to you, and so you picked this other thing, and you may have gone as far as you can with this other thing, and now there's that dissonance, that feeling of tearing yourself apart, kind of, because there's one version of you that's wanting to be grateful and happy for what you were able to achieve, but there's this other part of you that's still longing for the fulfillment that you know you would have had in that other position. All right, so now let's look at how the different design types are going to experience this energy. All right, so we'll start out with our generators. Ooh, with the 39 provocation. So 39 is a gate, it's a root gate that is reaching towards the solar plexus. And it is all about, um, it's about that energy that pushes you to seek out spirit, to seek out God. So it's those dynamics of, I did everything right, I did all the steps, and still everything went wrong. There's got to be more to this, right? Like I solved the for X, and still the answer is wrong. Like what is this? This is the procedure that I was taught. This is all the information that I was given to plug into this equation. How is it not measuring up? That doesn't make any sense, And the only thing that could be missing is the unknown, right? The unknowable is the realms of what your logical mind is going to tell you is impossible or improbable or unreachable. And I feel like that is what this feeling of longing is pushing the generator to realize. It's going to be irksome. It's going to be unsettling. It's going to be unavoidable, something that you can't ignore, just this nagging feeling. And it could possibly be someone that you are connected to that's going to say a thing that's going to trigger you and bother you and sit wrong with you until you face it and really look and see, okay, why am I so upset that this person has this fancy car? Like that doesn't affect me in any way. Why am I so upset by this? Why is this bothering me? And it's like, oh, because that's the exact car that you wanted 10 years ago. This year's version of the car that you thought that you wanted or said that you wanted, but you gave that up. You totally switched course, switched plans. What made you do that? Why did you do that? Why are you saying that you don't want this anymore when clearly, somebody else gets it and you're like, they don't deserve that. Why? Okay, so go from generator to manifesting generator. Manifesting generator with the 43. 43 is an ajna gate. So we're talking about mental energy here. And it's also a mental energy of weird ideas, weird concepts, hard to explain, things that are so far out there that they're ahead of their time. So it's great, it's brilliant, but does that matter if nobody believes it? Nobody, is willing to even, entertain it? Is it worth it, or does it help anything if you can't even explain it with any, success to another person? What you're actually trying to get at, you would have to create it or be able to depict it in some way completely on your own in order to get somebody to even be able to conceptualize it, right? And so with the manifesting generator, it's like being in a position where you're ahead of your time. You're out there seeing something that nobody else sees as a possibility, or um, they see it as inappropriate, or they see it as beyond your capabilities. And so you allow yourself to be pushed into something else because you feel like, okay, well, no one's ever done it. It's too hard, or it's too crazy, it's too weird, I can't explain it. I've never seen the components that I would need in order to create this or make this happen. So I gotta shelve it, put it to the side and go, figure out how to get the bills paid, figure out how to become, somebody, who might even be able to create that, or call those things in, right? So it's something, a dream or a piece of you, or a talent or something that you've abandoned, and something comes up this week. Something enchants that old notion, version of you, that wild part of you that exists in the fringe. It exists in the places that people don't understand. And this is an opportunity to not only remember that version of you, or that part of you, or that place in your spirit, in your life, but to actually connect to it. Like I said, it feels like a checkpoint, like in a video game where you have like a save point. Like as long as you get to that, you don't have to fight the minions that are on the back side of that. You're able to go forward, even if things go sour. You're able to go forward from there. It's like a save point. You're coming back to this save point where the last time you did this, you went to the left, and now that path leads to somewhere you don't want to go. So now you're able to start over from this checkpoint and try a different path, go a different way. But the cool thing about that is you still have all the knowledge and all of the things, that the keys and whatnot that you picked up on that path that dead ends, going to the left. So you can actually carry whatever, cool stuff you found over there in your backpack with you when you take the path that goes to the right. All right, so for the manifestors, ooh, this is the 32. You know what? I'm kind of blinking on the 32. I feel like it's... I'm seeing like a whole beautiful mind wall right now. This is really good. Okay, so with the manifestors, it's about trying to steamroll or bulldoze your way towards all of the success and growth and happiness and whatnot that you believe you deserve. And there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. You are causing more problems than you are circumventing and nullifying by going through and steamrolling. You're causing chaos, and it's likely to cause problems for you going forward. So the way that the manifestor energy pushes things out of your path, right? It can very well push them into your future, basically, so it's not in the path immediately ahead of you, but it's still on the path, it's still in the way. And so I'm seeing it as like a situation where you feel like you are doing what needs to be done in order to get to the thing that's immediately in front of you, but you're gonna regret the way that you went about it going forward, because it's gonna mess up something that could have been way, better and easier to get to be honest. That's literally the best way I can explain what I can see um, I read something earlier today. It was like um, a summary of what the month of October is going to be like. And one of it's like a piece of advice that they put is might is not right, right? And literally, when I checked to see that the 32 was the gate that I was thinking of just now, one of the lines, I believe it's the line 4 of the 32, is might is right. So it's a definite um like face off with something. So either you are directly having to face off that block, whatever it was that you did in the past that caused you to be on the path that you're on now, that's not what you want, or it's facing up to what you've created. I feel like that's probably more on too. It's facing up to what you've created while you've been, just kind of barreling your way towards what you think you want, and then you get there and that's not it. And so then you just steamroll another path and you're just destroying everything on your in your wake, right? And it's causing a problem. So now it's time to look back and see, you know, the destruction and the chaos, and try to make some sense of it, or to learn from it, or you know figure out a better way to go in order to get to what you actually want, because you're not really getting there. And so this endurance, the keynote of endurance, is telling us that you are ending up expending way more energy with the strategy that you're taking. So maybe look at your um, human design strategy. So for the projectors, we've got the 5, patience. That's our divine timing energy. All right. And so I feel like that is that activation switch for the projectors. The projectors are getting something that is going to push you to trigger you, something that's going to activate some action and some motion forward towards this thing that you have neglected because you told yourself you didn't want it no more, basically. So it's like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm seeing. And I don't know, I feel like I've discussed this with somebody recently, probably a client, but it might have been in a video. So if I'm saying the same thing in the videos, I apologize. But it's like setting a destination in your GPS, right? But it's a pretty far off destination, right? It's a road trip type destination. And along the way towards that, you got to stop other places. You got to stop to get gas, right? And so I feel like this scenario is like you got so distracted at the gas station that you forgot, you lost track or lost sight of, oh, wait, we did have an ultimate like goal here. We were actually going somewhere, which also reminds me of the dynamic that you have when you have an undefined identity center. The undefined identity center is a path of sampling. You kind of, hop on the tour bus with, a touring band and enjoy, going on that adventure with them for a while. And it's not like it takes you away from your path, it adds to your path. And when it's correct for you to hop off that tour bus and then go, I don't know, live in a RV or do a van life type situation, you know what I'm saying? Like you're sampling different paths, so it's not one, straight A to B shot from here to where we're headed to. But in the chaos of that, it could be very easy to get pulled way off track, especially if you are trying to merge and enmesh and entangle your life with that of another person's, right? So, say for instance, you are undefined in the ID center and you have gotten into a relationship with somebody who is defined in that center. That person has a directive for their life, they have a set course that they're going on, you know? So, while you may have had an idea of where you wanted to go, this person actually knows where they want to go. So when you hop off to, go off to the races with this person, if you guys get into a end all be all argument, if you know what I'm saying, everything goes sour, everything goes wrong, you're supposed to be able to then default back to what you were going to do, you know? And the danger there is getting so wrapped up in it and getting so lost in it that you decide to try and make that person's destination your destination, and so then try to put down roots where that person took you. And this is an activation of, hey, wait, remember you were going over there. So it's like Siri being like, make a right. And you're like, oh, right. I did have a destination set into my GPS. So all of this, spectacular stuff has happened. You had an epic fight, you had an epic love story, you went on tour, you get back in your car and Siri goes, please make a right. And you're like, oh, right. I do have I was doing something. This is you being activated and going back to returning to the main story from a feud or from a tangent or a side quest. All right, and the reflector, the reflector is looking back. All right, I like that. My eye is drawn to the fact that the face in the success and growth card is literally looking back. So this could be, oh my goodness. I'm literally getting like wrapping up the year, looking at the end of year goals type of thing for that. Holiday goals, what sales goals and travel plans and that kind of thing. Wow. That's crazy. So maybe for the reflector, it's about actually handling the last quarter of the year well as opposed to the way it's gone in years previous. I don't know, but I kind of think that's what I'm meant to impart here. Either that or just going into the end of the year with a plan, using the experience from the past in order to create a logical, predict a logical pattern and create a plan from that data. I feel like the reason why there's a dragonfly on this card is because of the set state, the different stages in the dragonfly's life. Dragonflies are very versatile. They're probably the only insect that can like fly in every direction, can fly backwards, what have you. Oh, you know what? I feel like I remember hearing Denise say that that's why she picked the dragonfly, because it can fly backwards. That might be it. So this is a Mercury retrograde energy for the reflectors. So whatever it is that you are looking back at, it has some kind of a tie to a past potential or a past goal or a past outlook on life that you have become jaded and don't believe it anymore, or that you picked a different path and you kind of wish that you hadn't. With all of these, this Seek the Truth card is here to show you that the perspective that you had when you first looked at this situation should be different than the way that you see it now. If you still see it the same way, then you need to look harder, because there's a definite difference there for you to discover and to grow from and to utilize to bring you into the next chapter. All right. That is all I have. That's all I see. I look forward to seeing you guys back here again next week. Bye now.